guess what? You and I are getting married.
All right! Lisa, that's wonderful. If only your father was still with us. But he left for work a few minutes ago.
Alright, I'm gonna make this one quick. I've watched Steven Universe from almost the beginning. I remember when the pilot came out, I fucked with that.
This clown is gonna save your lives.
I remember watching episodes here and there, but I wouldn't necessarily say I was following it at first. I don't know what the hell I thought it was gonna be, but definitely not what it fucked around and became. Anybody who knows me knows that lore heavy shit just really isn't my bop. But there was something different about this one. The way it looked, the way it handled emotion, it really spoke to me while it was airing. And the nigga was definitely crying some sick ass, nasty ass, hot ass Viola Davis tears when it ended, that's for sure.
I gave 18 years of my life to stand in the same spot as you.
I think one thing that's different about this show, at least from any of the other shows that I've seen or have been a fan of, is that I can literally pinpoint the very second that I fell in love with it. And if I'm being honest, without a doubt, it was season 1, episode 45, Rose the Scabbard. 45? That's a nasty ass episode order, holy shit. Get ready to cry in the club, gangster. This is your warning, just let you know. This is what Steven Universe taught me about grief. Isn't there like normally like a little intro thing? No? Shit, alright. Guess not this time, whatever. Alright, so Rose the Scabbard. Ah, come on, bruh.
Terrific to read, Lucy's.
Rose the Scabbard deals with the loss of Rose. Hey Ian. So for anybody who hasn't seen the show for whatever reason, even though this is a wild video for you to watch if you haven't, but whatever, I digress. For the sake of simplicity, let's just say that Steven's mom, Rose, passed away.
Sometimes you look so much like her.
Backwards.
Really? Oh my god.
They find Rose the Scabbard and trying to find her sword to put in it. This episode really hammers in how Pearl feels about Rose. You can see it in the way her face lights up when she talks about her, and how ecstatic she is when Steven even asks.
Man, I wish I could have seen it.
No, you don't. Countless gems were broken here. It was a maelstrom of destruction and death.
But we won!
Millions of people dead.
Not me though, nigga. My shorty had that shit on lock, nigga. Fuck you talking about?
Wouldn't let that shit happen to me though.
Like, golly, just give Shorty a kiss or something, and then get banned in multiple countries for it. Gotta do it. Pearl spends a lot of time showing Steven things about Rose that she feels like he doesn't know, not knowing that he discovered a lot of this shit on his own throughout the series at this point. Even shit she didn't even know was possible to access. Even shit she didn't even know that she did, that she hid, like her sword in The Lion. Pearl, completely distraught that Rose could possibly do something to have something going on without her knowing about it, lashes out on everyone.
You can't understand how I feel! None of you had what we had!
She probably just wanted to protect you like everyone else.
What do you know? You've never even met her!
She runs off and Steven goes to find her. This nigga gotta hawk her down, this poor traumatized kid.
Wait, no, bro, no, wait, no!
Pearl seeing the projection of Rose and talking to her and talking for her is really fucking rough.
I'm going to stay and fight for this planet. You don't have to do this with me. Please, please understand. If we lose, we'll be killed. And if we win, we can never go home. Why would I ever want to go home if you're here? My Pearl, you're wonderful.
I think Pearl really hung on to the fact that even though she was gone, she knew things about Rose that no one else did. Like, that's one thing that she found comfort in. And when that's put into question, it really strikes a nerve. But I think that's evergreen too. When people pass away, there's so much more to learn about them. So many personal stories to hear, belongings to find. Nobody ever really leaves, there's consistently something new. It's a very specific thing that I don't know if I've ever seen talked about in the same way. But like, alright, is that it though? Is that the reason I love this episode so much? Is that the reason that I did this video? Well, not exactly. I think the episode is drop dead gorgeous. These backgrounds, the music, for sure. These expressions, oh man, do I love these expressions. Look at some of this shit. I always really loved how this show showcased characters having really strong, intense emotion. But yeah, that's not even it. It's a little more personal than that, to be honest. On January 2nd, 2015, my grandmother passed away. If you've been following this channel for a while, it's definitely a story that I've told before, but that's because it's so crucial to my growth. My grandmother taught me how to draw, man. I would not be here without her. I can promise you that. You guys thank me all the time for these videos, but I promise y'all ought to be thanking her. Whenever the person who's done everything leaves, who's shown you everything, it's almost impossible to figure out what to possibly do next. I honestly had no idea how I was gonna deal with any of it, bro. That was like my first real loss. Her funeral was on the 9th, but on March 9th, Rosa Scabbard came out. And I got to sit there and watch a cartoon explain to me my emotions in a way that I had never contextualized them before. At this point, I definitely liked Steven Universe, definitely enough for me to watch new episodes when they aired, but this was the day right here that I fell in love with it. Long story less long, it was this line right here that changed my life.
Everything I ever did, I did for her. Now she's gone. But I'm still here. What would she think of me now?
Well, I think you're pretty great.
Steven Universe did a lot of things for a lot of people. Regardless of how you feel about it, I really personally don't really care. But you cannot deny the impact that this show has had on so many lives. People talk about the representation and stuff like that, which is all really like super important, gratifying stuff, and I'll never take away from that. But I feel like I don't see much discussion on how perfect this show was at tackling the concept of loss. That's why this show will always be important to me, man. Like, I'm serious. I felt I did everything with my grandmother, similar to how obsessive Pearl is throughout the episode. Repeatedly pounding in that when she was around Rose, it was almost like one didn't do anything without the other. It's not the same at all, it's not the same dynamic, you feel me? But I felt that. And listen, I don't know, I think after hearing just a sea of people tell me that it'll get better eventually, or that she's not in pain anymore, all kinds of stuff, because people never really know what to say, right? But this cartoon, man, it hurt me somehow. Honestly, man, it was just really, really nice that after everything that I had been through and that I had felt, to have something sit me down and say, fam, this shit hurts. But people love you. And that's okay. That's okay.